Hi everyone, Raquel Forsgren here. Today's topic, tenacity, and it's the fifth in a series about how we build well-being through resilient strategies. For those of you that I'm working with, either as educators or as nurses, you've worked with me as we've talked about the vision, managing our emotions or building composure, reasoning, checking in with our biases, our own judgments, our own stories. The fourth, which is health. How do we build that? How do we sleep better, eat better, move more? And the fifth, which is tenacity. So when we think about tenacity, there are three components. The first is perseverance. That's that grit that you hear people talk about a lot. It's the ability to persevere no matter what is coming at us. We all know those days. We all know those weeks, or some of us even months or years, where we feel like we're just pushing through it and pushing through it and pushing through it. The second around it is realistic optimism. So that's the ability to really think positively, but not over the top either. It's a really important concept because being overly optimistic sets you up for things pulling the rug out from underneath you, or you falling down, or the other shoe dropping. But being a full-on pessimist doesn't help much either, because then you're really never expecting anything to go right, and then you're certainly not preparing for it because you just think everything's not going to go well. And then the third concept, which I think can be really challenging for some of us, is managing and owning our mistakes. We all make them. I make them every day. Some days it's easier to admit when I've made them, and other days it's not. But we all make them. So what can we learn? Did we not prepare enough? Did we not study enough? Whatever that is. But today we're going to focus fully on realistic optimism. So with realistic optimism, we're going to learn, and I'll take you through a short guided practice that was inspired by Tara Brach, who is someone that I follow. I read her books, I do her meditations, and she's someone who really teaches us how to have a radical acceptance of ourselves. And this particular meditation was inspired out of one from that book of hers, which is Radical Acceptance. And so when we think about the power of yes, how many of you can take a look backward into your week that you had, or even the past couple of days, and see if it was one of those days where you might have been just a little bit more negative? Either the traffic got to you, or your kids got on your nerves, your spouse and you had an argument, whatever that is. Think about how you reacted to the situation, and if you set a negative mindset from the time you get up in the morning, how did it flow through the rest of the day? You have to ask yourself that. And then think back also to those same instances where you might have really been thinking positively, and then you just crushed it through the day. The meetings went well. Every patient you saw was an awesome patient, or you helped them more than you thought you did. Every student you saw or every class that you had might not have been as unruly, or you had students paying more attention. Like, you know those days, right, when you're really on your game and you're just thinking with the right frame of mind. Well, I'm going to ask you through this meditation to allow yourself to go there, to really bring a circumstance or a situation that you're struggling with, really bring it to mind, visualizing it, really sinking into it. And then we're going to go back and forth with what the power of yes, even mentally, does. So are you with me? All right, so you can do this sitting down, lying down. I would not recommend you do it driving unless you promise to keep your eyes open, but hopefully you're not watching this video while you're driving. But go ahead and just sit or lay in a very comfortable position with a nice posture. So if you're laying down, prop yourself up well on some pillows. If you're sitting in a chair, sitting up nice and tall. And go ahead and close your eyes. And just begin as we always do, bringing all the awareness down into the feet, feeling the heels, the toes. Move up your legs, relax the legs, relax the hips, relax the arms and the shoulders just a little bit more. Maybe unclench your jaw, relax your tongue away from your teeth, relax your eyebrows, your forehead, relax your whole face. Notice how you're breathing right in this moment, and don't start to judge it. Just, I want you to notice what it's like, if it's long and smooth or short and sticky. Take a little bit deeper inhale. See if you can expand your belly as you inhale. And then exhale as long as you can, but hopefully longer than your inhale. Do that again 2 more times. Taking a nice slow inhalation and exhalation. And from here, begin to bring to mind a situation that you had in the last week that you might not have handled the way that you wish you would have handled it. Bring the entire situation to mind. The feelings you had, what it might have been about, who might have been involved. See if you can feel in your physical body where, when you visualize this situation, it starts to settle. Visualize the word no. No. And visualize that word as you're visualizing and feeling the emotions, the situation, saying the word over and over to yourself, no. No. A very stern no. A whole stream of words no at that situation, at that person. Noticing as you're saying the word no to yourself. If you're there by yourself, you could even say it out loud. Start to pay close attention to what you might be feeling in your physical body, where you might be feeling it in your physical body. Notice how you're breathing now with that stream of no at that person, at that thing, at that situation. A stream of no. Now let's relax the breathing. Take another nice inhale, expand those ribs, expand the belly again. And as you exhale, exhale just a little bit longer. Visualize that situation again. The person, the thing. Feel it come back to that whole experience. Visualize the word yes. Yes. Visualize the letters Y-E-S. Yes. Almost maybe even visualize a power, a strength coming through your body. Maybe a slight upturn in your mouth. Yes. Leaning into that situation and that person. Yes, yes, yes. Start to see and feel the difference, if you can, in your physical body, your breath, as you lean into that person, that situation. Yes. The power of yes. Does it feel any different? Does it look any different? Bring to mind a future potential situation, maybe around that same person or that same meeting or that same class or that same patient. Whatever it is, an argument even. Visualize it. Lean into it feeling the power of yes. Yes, yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I have. Yes, I'm going to. And feel the strength and the power of that. When you reframe your mind, your emotions, let that situation go. Come back to your breathing, noticing how you're breathing. Take a nice inhale, expand the ribs, expand the belly. Long exhale. And you can softly blink open your eyes. When you take the approach of the power of yes, notice how that changes for yourself every day. Maybe even make a commitment to yourself for the next week. Test it out on your own. I'm a former scientist and I love doing these little experiments even with myself just to see if I can believe what I'm saying. And it works. It really, really works. Try before you even blink open your eyes in the morning that you set your goals. You decide how you're going to feel and own that day. You decide. You get to choose. We can control our minds just as we can control our breath. So when you catch yourself going negative at something, being a pessimist, tap into that feeling in your body, your brain, whatever that is. Notice your body posture. Are your shoulders all hunched up? Are you clenched? Or your eyebrows pushed together? Whatever it is, notice it. Then visualize, and you can do it even with your eyes open. Visualize that word yes and lean straight into it. Notice how it starts to shift, how it changes. And over time, you'll start to have that realistic optimism because you'll be able to get through it. You'll be able to anticipate events that you might have to lean into just a little differently in order to make a positive outcome. Thank you so much for listening and for doing the practice. And come back for more videos on more concepts around building resilience and well-being.